Greetings all, it's Blue Knight. Welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Previously, we met up with Zelda here at the statue of the goddess, and we were about to get some impromptu Loftwing training, but it turns out something happened to our bird. Today, we'll begin to search for our Loftwing, and try to find it before the ceremony starts. Don't worry, Link, I'll be sure to explain your predicament to Instructor Horwell. Okay, if we learned that last time. While we chat, why don't you go ask some of the other students about your bird? I seem to recall a few that were gathered near the plaza. Well, that's a good starting point for our search. Zelda, what do you have to say? Zelda, I'm right behind you. Could you turn your head a little bit? No, you're not gonna do that? Okay, fine. She was probably yelling loud enough so I could hear it. That's why she did turn around, but that's just my theory. I decided to cut ahead a little bit because it would have taken a few seconds just to see me go down the stairs again, and I don't think you guys want to see me do that. Something wrong? What's the big hurry? What? Your Loftwing is missing? But I just saw him. Groos's bird was chasing off after your feathered friend. Which way? I think... Well, to be honest, I don't really know where they went. Well, that's great. Do you have anything else to say? Could ask about Groos himself. Oh, Groos and his little cronies were saying they were headed down to the wing ceremony. So my guess is they might be in town. Normally the fastest way to get there is just down this path. But the gate here still needs work, of course. It wouldn't be the life of a protagonist if things were so easy, because then everything ever would just be simplified. See, what, your Loftwing is missing? How strict and troubling do you think you can find him? How, you guys look for now, how will you make it back in time for the ceremony? Since your participation in the ceremony hinges on whether or not you can find that bird on time. Excuse me. Yeah, you're excused, alright. I see, so the headmaster has summoned me. Alright then, I'll go speak with him immediately. I still owe you for helping me out earlier, so don't worry about the ceremony for now. You focus on finding your Loftwing. You're gonna actually skip by the whole Mia thing early on, and he'll scold you a little about it, though I'm not sure if that'll help you delay the wing ceremony from starting any longer. Don't men open doors for a lady anymore? How am I supposed to stand here waiting for a little chivalry? Ugh. Oh, it's you, Link. Say, you look all flustered. Did something happen? What? You can't find your Loftwing? I like how everyone has similar reactions to the news our Loftwing is missing. It's always one something something something. Pippin's the one to ask about birds. I saw him downstairs a minute ago. Why'd you go look for him there? Well, I guess Mr. Bird Expert will finally come in handy after all. Shut me up for what I said last time. Alright, Mr. Bird Expert, we need your help. You're still not wandering around the academy, are you? What? Your Loftwing won't come when you call for it? Why would a guardian bird not come when it's called? Like I said, everyone's got similar reactions to this. I've never heard this happening ever before, so even I can't tell you what you're doing wrong. But a good senior never leaves an underclassman out to dry. We'll figure this out together. You go to the plaza and ask people if they know anything. In the meantime, I'll ask around here. Seems like a good plan. I wonder what Fledge would know, if he knows anything. Hey, what's wrong, Link? You don't know where your bird is? What are you talking about, Link? You called it, but it didn't even come to you? So that means... Oh, I knew it. Huh? Oh, nothing. Really, I was, talking to myself. You know, like I do. Alright. Link! Hey, I should probably tell you... forget it. Never mind. Sorry. You are one weird guy, Fledge. I understand you're timid and all, but I helped you out early on. I'm pretty sure you can tell me. Some people are just so ungrateful or probably just too nervous. So, we couldn't get through the upper doors, but the lower doors are now open now that we've activated the search. We come over to this little kid. You think he's trying to roll into the tree. If we walk away from him far enough, he'll tell us how to roll. Just dash and roll to the tree by shaking the nunchuck. and you'll be able to roll into stuff, or just roll to get places get to places faster, like so. Whoa, you did it! A sky stag beetle! Wait up! I was really interested in this blue rupee we could find in these trees. It's very likely that these 3 trees near the entrance to the Night Academy down here, except for this one, but these 3 trees will most likely have blue rupees if you roll into them. And you can do that every now and then when you pass by them. Ah, my sky stag beetle! So close. Oh well, the catching I'll need to bug it anyway. I wish I had thrown out the one I bought at Beetle's Air Shop. Ah. Well, sucks to be you, kid. Too bad you didn't plan ahead. Let's head over to the plaza, since that's where most of the students are converging. Well, by most, I mean all 3 of them. You know, Groose, that sure was a pain with all the scratching and pecking. Of course it was. You thought a big Crimson Loftwing like that was gonna go down without a fight? But we got him. I don't care how tough those birds are supposed to be. He's not getting out of that pen anytime soon, boys. Whoa, Link! So, yeah, just how long have you been standing there? Long enough. Long enough. What's your problem anyway? Oh wait, I got it. You're here to talk about today's race. I can see it in those dopey eyes of yours. They're pleading, "Oh, Groose, could you please find it in your heart to let me win today? Please!" You're just desperate to win so you can get some alone time with Zelda up on the statue of the goddess at the end of the ceremony. Well, sorry, pal. Groose doesn't do charity for whims. My advice? Work hard and wish with all your heart. You might even come in second. Say, come to think of it, how come I don't see your bird? Where is that scruffy pile of red feathers? I can't imagine what could have happened to him. Do you think his tiny brain got confused by all the clouds and got lost? Well, it's pretty obvious we know who's the culprit at this point, so I'm just gonna sell his hair just because I have the option to do so. You lay off my dude right now, I'll flat you. Everyone knows I got the slickest pompadour in town. You know, we're all getting tired of how you never let anyone forget how you and Zelda go way back. You've been friends since you were kids? Big deal. It doesn't change the fact that you can float through life with your head in the clouds. Would you wake up, straighten up, and grow a backbone already? Dopes like you are dragging our honored academy through the mud. And just who you might be talking about, Groose. Oh, busted. Don't even try, Groose. You're picking on Link again, aren't you? He's a student at the academy like all of us. Why do you insist on bullying him around so much? Yeah, I suppose... You suppose? Suppose what? I suppose you... Forget it. I wasn't supposing anything, okay? Okay, we're out of here, boys. Later, Link. Hope you find your bird, or else you're gonna sit on today's race. That could be a major setback towards knighthood, so find that bird or get real used to the taste of failure. It's your special flavor. I hate to say it, but I'm beginning to suspect those blockheads have something to do with your Loftwing's disappearance. Link, those guys aren't going to help us find your birds, so we'd better start searching. I'll fly around the Skyloft and see if I can find any trace of your bird. Father said he talked to Instructor Horwell about delaying the start of the wing ceremony, so don't worry, we'll find your bird in no time. Well, that certainly sounds like a plan. I guess we'll head back to the Night Academy since Pippin was helping us in our search. But in the meantime, I guess that brings up a little something when we met Groose. You could probably suspect that his name is very similar to the word goose. Well, it turns out that most of the residents of Skyloft are actually named and modeled after birds. It's kind of one of the few running themes about Skyloft, and the general area of this game. So let's head back to Pippin. Seems to be talking with Fledge, who seems very quiet, more quiet than we've come to know from it so far. Wonder what Pippin's got to say. Link, perfect timing. I heard your Loftwing has gone missing, so I thought I'd join the search. I get this, when I asked Fledge what he knew, he started acting weird. I'm so sorry, Link. I really wanted to tell you, but if Groose found out I told you... It sounds like Groose forced him to keep quiet about it. Go on. Tell him the truth. Just a little while ago when I was cleaning the dining hall, Groose and his buddies came in. They didn't notice I was there and started talking about their plan to hide your Loftwing. I wanted to warn you, Link, but just as I tried to sneak away, Groose and his gang grabbed me. They said if I told you, they would make sure I'd never ride a bird again. It sounds like Groose and his buddies had a plan to capture a bird and hide it near a waterfall. Well, near a waterfall would mean... Quick, let's take a look at your map. That's right there. I think it means the waterfall marked here with X. So this is our first time opening up a map, although it wasn't on our own volition. But you can zoom in and zoom out with the A button. You can also center your pointer with the down on the D-pad. You can also zoom in with the left and right on the D-pad. You can zoom out this far, though Skyloft's the only thing we've known at this point in the game. And you can also press plus to put away your map, but you can also press that button to take it out. Forgive me, Link. I can't help being such a coward. I'm really sorry. So, now that we know the location of, well, the potential location of our Loftwing, remember that there are some dangerous things there, creepy crawling things. We should arm ourselves with a sword, so we should head into the sparring hall, which is this building we're standing right next to, and get that weapon. What if we ask the Knight Commander anything about the sword? Sword gives us some sword practice? Well, he thinks we might be here for sword practice. Well, we can get it. You don't have to ask him really to unlock the back door. The back room is automatically open to you the first time you come to the sparring hall. But in any case, we finally got ourselves a sword, albeit a practice sword. Students of the Night Academy practice with these. It looks like it has a fairly sharp blade. Press 1 at any time to look at the items you're carrying. The 1 button opens up your gear screen. You can also swing the Wiimote left and right to go to certain pages. These we'll be getting into hopefully soon. But we can also check out descriptions of the items we're carrying, like the practice sword, a basic sword used by knights in training. The blade still has a sharp edge. While we're here, let's check out the description of the small wallet. A wallet for carrying rupees, the currency of this world, that hold up to 300. So now that we've got our sword, we'll be on our way to save our Loftwing. But of course, it's never that easy. You can't take swords outside the sparring hall. He's got a point there. What do you think you're doing sneaking out with that? What's really sneaking out if we're just going out the front door? You can obviously see us. And he's got the same reaction as well. Your Loftwing is missing? You want to go look for it? Well, I guess I could make an exception just as once, but remember that Skyloft is a peaceful place. Only knights carry swords. So I don't want to see you swinging around like crazy out there. I don't want to get in a ton of trouble over this, so here's the deal. Make sure you get plenty of practice on these logs first. Once you get outside, use that sword you absolutely have to. Got it? So if you don't know anything about Skyward Sword's combat mechanics. The gameplay is mostly centered around motion-based controls. We can swing in any of the 8 compass directions to swing our sword like so. There's no cooldown time whatsoever between strikes, so you can just swing like crazy like I'm showing right now. You can also tilt your sword by tilting the Wiimote. It'll show what kind of angle you're got the sword at. It's actually gonna be pretty useful against some of the things we'll be up against on our journey. We can also thrust by, well, thrusting the Wiimote forward. You really are a strong swordsman, easy to teach too. You made this instructor proud. Are you ready to try a spin attack? Of course I am. Great, now I'm gonna surround you with logs. You need to cut them all without moving that spot. To do a spin attack, we have to swing the Wiimote and nunchuck horizontally at the same time. Just like so. Good one! That sure looked like it felt good. So why not try a fatal blow to close out our session? So after we knock down an enemy, we can target with Z and swing the Wiimote and nunchuck at the same time. I'm not sure if you have to swing it down after you do a fatal blow, but as long as you target it with Z, I don't think it matters which direction you swing the Wiimote and the nunchuck, as long as you do it simultaneously. A fatal blow is often an effective move to use right after you use your shield or a well-placed spin attack to knock an enemy on his back. Oh, but monsters don't stay down for long, so you'll have to swing the Wiimote and nunchuck quickly before they get back on their feet. And as you can see, regular strikes don't deplete our stamina gauge, but spin attacks do. It takes a huge chunk actually. You can also do a vertical spin attack by swinging the Wiimote and nunchuck up or down, just like so. Now that we've got our trade again, let's go save our Loftwing. But before we do, there's one more thing that's going to be activated if we move away from the sparring hall. It's going to be this thing that just rises out of the ground like nobody's business. Hey friend, walk yourself on over here and say hello. How do you do? I'm what you call a Sheikah Stone. Glad to meet you. I'm gonna start a few words, so I'll get right to it. You're gonna find yourself in puzzling circumstances as you make your way through the world. If you should find yourself stuck and have no idea how to move forward, come see me. I've got nothing for you right now, but down the road where you're feeling stuck, the things I'll show you may just get you back on the right track. Good luck out there, friend. Apparently I need help in trying to talk as well. He's not gonna have anything right now like he says, but it's actually pretty useful if you're a first timer playing any Zelda game. I'll admit it, I did use the Sheikah Stone quite a few times because I was going for 100% in my first playthrough. But that's actually gonna be all we've got done for today. This video is long enough as it is, so I think it's time to stop. But next time on Skyward Sword, we'll continue the search for a Loftwing now that we know a potential location we can search. So until we meet again everyone, farewell for now.